It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll be watching the Orlando Magic playing against the Chicago Bulls at United Center. For Chicago, dismal record over the last 10 games, just 2-8. Nothing seems to be going their way right now. Should be an interesting evening. Two teams that like to slow things down a bit.
Ernie, you sound like a record that's going wrong.
Yeah.
Man, need to speed you up. Put
Kenny,
that battery in your back.
what are some of the keys to running a really good half-court offense?
Why are you slowing me down, Ernie? Patience. Gotta have patience. Like you have to have the kind of patience that it takes to sit next to you and Shaq right now, while you guys are really making me feel uncomfortable with your slow motion manners.
Well, Ernie, he didn't answer the question
Oh,
right.
my goodness.
You have to value each possession because you may not get a lot of them.
That's the
Not
fastest
only
I've heard
that,
Shaq
Ernie,
speak.
offensive rebounding can change a game.
Oh.
Excellent point.
Thank
man.
you, Ernie.
That actually was, you need to
Shaquille?
speak like that more often.
Let's go courtside to Kevin
Harlan.
Harlan.
I'm the only one in
Harlan.
fast motion here.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
We're live, the home of the Chicago Bulls, the United Center. Well, the holidays always bring us some incredible NBA action. And that's certainly what we have in store for us today. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. And take a look at the Magic. They've lost their last 3 games, and guys, they like that streak to end tonight here.
Yeah, and they've just looked sort of lost out there lately. They're not playing with a whole lot of purpose or drive, and you just can't wait for good things to happen. You've got to make them happen.
And before we get going, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Frank Vogel. David, what do you have to say?
Well, Kevin, he said defensively their main priority is going to be preventing points in the paint. He told me we can't let them get comfortable inside. That's what'll hurt us. He wants them playing a very physical brand of D down low. We'll see if they got the message. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. And neither of these teams look to push the tempo if they can help it. They like to play that half-court game. So, Clark, what are teams looking to do with a slower pace?
Well, a couple of things. One is it's about quality versus quantity. They want to get consistently good shot attempts every trip down, and they're willing to take time to do that. And so the offensive execution, screen setting, ball movement, spreading the floor becomes much more important because the fast break chances are not a big part of their repertoire.
And the Magic start out with the ball. Now the starting group for Orlando. Augustine and Fournier are in the backcourt. Ross is the 3 with Gordon at the 4. And it's Vucevic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Right side, Holiday. Here's Markkanen. Kicks it to Holiday. Over Ross. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Holiday's got the first points of the night for the Bulls.
And Markkanen, the big fella, has nice court vision, solid at finding open teammates.
And Augustine kicks to Vucevic. Back to Augustine. Left side, Gordon. No coverage that time.
Great pass that time by DJ Augustine.
And here are the Bulls now, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Yeah, and the second chance points, guys, mean a lot over the course of a game, and they just had so few opportunities, and I think that was their Achilles heel.
Yeah, I agree. Hard to win games when every offensive possession is one shot, then a jog back the other way to play defense.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
First one falls for him.
And, you know, I love Chris Dunn when he was in college. He was the 5th overall pick in 2016 from Providence. It hasn't been an easy start for him in his NBA career, but that happens sometimes. It takes a minute. He's had a hard time finding minutes, but he's a hard worker. He's a terrific kid. I think it's just a matter of continuing to grow and develop, trust the process, and this guy's going to be an impact player.
And he can't hit the second. And for Dunn, you saw flashes of what made him such a high pick at times, but overall the consistency, Clark, just wasn't there.
No, it was not, and he forced it a bit and struggled some, particularly on offense. And I think it's something he'll work on and will get better at. He did show great defensive skills as a rookie, so that always will get you an opportunity to play, but he's going to have to be more consistent offensively to be the player I think he can be, which is borderline all-star.
Now here's Fournier. Zach LaVine unable to get his last shot to go. Now here is Augustine. Guarded closely. 5 on the clock. It's all in by the Bulls. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And now here comes Augustine leading the break. It's deflected and the whistle stops gameplay. It's not a clean block shot, instead a shooting foul, and we'll see free throws coming up right here. The Magic shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
A free throw drops for Augustine.
And for many years, the Chicago Bulls were viewed as a model franchise, always were competitive and in the hunt for a title, but this current version just can't escape turmoil from within.
Both free throws good from Augustine. And the Bulls finally committing, Greg, to a full rebuild this last offseason.
Yeah, and trading Butler was the start of it. I mean, they got some young players to build around and a pick, and it won't be an easy road ahead, but one they felt they needed to make.
Now here is Holiday. 17 points for him last game against Philadelphia.
Well, one thing you like there is the extra pass, evidence that the game is starting to slow down for Dunn.
Here's Augustine. Vucevic setting the pick for Augustine. Ross against LaVine. Kicks it out to Gordon. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Clock at 4. Here's Fournier. It's blocked.
And that's evidence that Markkanen is working on his defense, and it's critical that he does so. And blocks like this show he's making good strides.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, Augustine dishes to Fournier. Gordon kicks to Augustine. Vucevic the pass to Fournier. Shot clock at 6. This one for 3, but they recover it. And the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, you know what I like to say, persistence pays, and with Gordon, he's the kind of guy who just does not rest on the glass.
There's the pick. Here's Dunn. Lays it up and banks it in. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Augustine dishes to Vucevic. Releases. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Vucevic. Chicago trailing here. And here's Levine. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. There's the feed to Holiday. That ties the game. Augustine with it. He's got 5. Vucevic setting the pick for Augustine. Six on the shot clock. Gordon with the screen for Augustine. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Augustine's got 7 points in the game.
Tricky and crafty inside. Augustine has a unique ability to get tough shots over the defense.
Here's the screen. Outside Holiday. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Right side Gordon. Ross on the wing. Pass to Vucevic. Over Lopez. Tips it. The Bulls have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. And Markkanen throws it down.
You know, when Markkanen's in this deep, he should be dunking it every time. I like to see him use his size like that.
And Vucevic kicks to Gordon. Gordon a screen. Gordon with a screen on Levine. His first shot coming late. Here's Vucevic at the top of the key. Gordon goes up again. Vucevic with the bucket.
Boy, the hustle by Vucevic. I mean, showing real commitment and investment on the glass and finding ways to come up with second chance opportunities for his team. That's very impressive.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly.
Either that, guys, or he wanted the photographers to get a good shot of it.
Here's Augustine after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Picked by Vucevic. And stolen by Dunn. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And a good nose for the ball, sniffing it out. Dunn picks it clean and heads the other way with it.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Now here is Augustine. He's got 7. Gordon kicks to Ross. Pass to Vucevic. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
Ross has earned his reputation as a team-first guy. Excellent at distributing the ball.
On the wing, Levine. Outside Holiday. Double team on Holiday. And there's Dunn on the assist by Holiday. 7 points for Chris Dunn.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
For sure. Agree with you there. They just didn't have it. Seemed like they were a step behind and out of sync.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Now here's Mack. He's covered by Grant. And Mack kicks to Simmons. Back to Mack. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over Grant. The Magic again can't hit. The Bulls leading by 5. And Clark, you were around Coach Frank Vogel quite a bit during his run as head coach of the Pacers. when you look back on it, what stands out?
His preparation. He's an eager learner. He's meticulous in his detail. He's even-keeled and extremely positive. I think he's an outstanding young coach, and good to see him having a team that he can have an opportunity to build and shape into a playoff contender at some point.
And the first one at the line is good. And Clark, just how important to a team is it to have a veteran presence on it? Like, how did the vets on the Pacers help you when you were a rookie or a young player in the league?
You know what? I think it's invaluable, Kevin. I was a 21-year-old rookie. I left after my junior year at Ohio State. And veteran players, Herb Williams had been there a year or two. Guys like Billy Knight and George Johnson, Butch Carter were around. And having those guys talk about what it takes, and we were a very young team and had young veterans, but still they were invaluable in terms of giving you an example of how to go about your business to be successful as a pro.
Matt Felicio with a rebound. The Bulls leading by 7. Got a piece of it.
What a wingspan Isaac has. I mean, this guy is incredible at denying shots, and he loves to do it.
No good from Simmons. There's the lob to the hoop. Here's Nwaba. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. There's a screen. Here's Grant, and stolen by Spates. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Simmons. That one good for 2.
I tell you what, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense like that.
Grant outside. To the wing on the left. Portis, the pass to Grant. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Chicago.
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
The free throw drops for Grant. And when you look at this Magic team with their talent, what should their identity be?
Well, I think it should be up-tempo, defensive-oriented. They've got really good athletes, and defending at a high level with that kind of athleticism is doable, and I think would lead to easier offense. And that's what I think they have to foundation themselves on.
And it's Nwaba missing.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Now here's Aflalo. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Pistons in Detroit.
And a lot of those points came at the free throw line, really because of his aggression. He was playing the game with force, always catching his man on his heels. And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Grant kicks to Felicio. To the middle. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Magic.
And they've pretty much ignored the corner three tonight. It's a useful shot to have. It really forces the D out wide and opens things up in the middle.
He misses the free throw.
And for the Magic, it's really been a musical chairs with their coaches. A lot of churning on the roster, but the pieces still have yet to gel. And honestly, it's been a mess.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. And if you're running the Magic, Greg, what's the roadmap to contention?
Well, first and foremost, it's always going to have to start through the draft. I mean, you've got to be able to get core pieces there. And then you want to continue to add perimeter shooting and focus on developing your young talent based on the way the game is played today. And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Just a touch. I mean, it seems like he's forcing shots a little bit to me, Greg. Not playing his game right now, and with every miss, the pressure intensifies.
Here's Nwaba. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Here's Grant. The shot comes out. Excellent D there from Aflalo. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And Mack kicks to Spates. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You look at the Magic. Their season filled with ups and downs. 10th right now in the conference. And, of course, the Chicago Bulls. They find themselves in the dregs of the conference.
And looking at Chicago, they haven't made any of the strides they were hoping to see prior to the season. Again, hanging around at the bottom of the standings.
Yeah, it's full makeover time now, guys. I'm sure they've learned their lesson that this roster is not one that can sustain any kind of success in today's NBA.
Now here's Matt. He's usually able to provide some lift to his team, averaging 6 points a game. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Here's Simmons. Another miss by Orlando.
He's been terrible. Absolutely awful. I mean, can't get it going. His shot isn't there right now. He's got to help him some other ways.
It's tipped. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Flalo's running. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
"19 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Grant outside. They need this one. He lays it in. Grant's got 5. Back right after this. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
I think they played great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
Exactly. I mean, they've made their presence felt on this end. Excellent job contesting shots so far.
Chicago with the ball. It's a 5-point game. This is how the floor looks for the Magic start in the second. Shelvin Mack is out there with a Flalo. Then there's Maurice Spates. Then it's Simmons. And it's Isaac in at the 4. Nice shot by Portis.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
There's the pass to Mack. Here's the screen. He kicks it to Spates. Shoots from 12. The Bulls leading by 7. Now Grant. dishes it to Valentine. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Maurice Spates. The Bulls have converted 4 of 7 free throws on the night. That's good from Valentine. Clark, when you watch a team that's clicking on offense, what are some of the smaller things, the small details that are setting them apart?
Well, a couple of things. One is solid screen setting. That's huge because that's an unselfish act when you set a screen to get somebody else open. Then ball movement, being willing to go past a good opportunity for a next pass best opportunity. I think the Golden State Warriors do that as well as any team in basketball. The extra pass, sharing the ball, and giving themselves up for each other.
Now here's Matt. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Feeds to Spates. Back to Mack. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots from the elbow. And he gets the bucket.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Chicago leading by 6. To the left side wing. Here's Grant. Those 3-pointers off the mark. Well, Orlando shooting just 34% from the floor. Mack dishes to Simmons. The putback. Spates the pass to Mack. Basket counts. Mack's got 4 points this quarter.
Excellent awareness there, zipping the ball over to the perfect spot to score it.
It's a close game here in Chicago. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. No problems knocking that one down. Portis has got 5 points so far.
Now, you know, how do you guard that, Kevin? A big guy with a nice touch from outside. I mean, that's really hard to match up against.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Orlando Magic do have a stacked front court. They've got plenty of size. Head coach Frank Vogel said, in today's small ball NBA, we think we can beat the heck out of teams in the paint. But shooting has been a hindrance. He conceded he might have to win some games, 68-65. Kevin?
Going against the grain, DA. Thank you. Now, here's Grant. 5 points in the game. In the corner, it's Felicio. 6 to shoot. Pulls it from 20. Offensive rebound. That's tipped. Outside, Simmons. And no good. Now Chicago takes it the other way.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Chicago making some changes. Markkanen, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. And Zach LaVine subbed in for David Nwaba. Then for the Magic, Vucevic checked in for Spates. And it's Aaron Gordon in for Aaron Aflalo. Here's LaVine. Felicio kicks to LaVine. He dishes it to Markkanen. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it.
All right, a chance to look at some stats for Zach LaVine. His last 10 games, 8th in scoring, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And you noted it. His points per game average is unreal right now. He's literally propping up the team's offense, scoring whenever they need him to. Mack with the ball, working on Grant, and it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Mack.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. Well, some rookies have been making a name for themselves on the glass this past month. Let's see who we're talking about. Lauri Markkanen, number 1.
And every team in the league needs a guy who can go and get. I mean, his great work on the boards certainly endear him to the coaching staff.
Well, I tell you what, he just creates so many second chance opportunities for his team when he's on the floor. I mean, last month was a huge one for him. It'll be interesting to see if he can keep it going.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's Felicio. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Here's Mack. 8 points for him. Picked by Vucevic. Good, and the nice assist from Mack. Vucevic has got 6 points.
That's really a rock-solid screen from Gordon. I mean, he has no problem setting the hard pick.
And last year, the Bulls, Greg, just didn't threaten anyone from outside.
I think a big problem has just been personnel. You know, some of the guys they brought in as shooters just really haven't panned out, and that lack of shooting from deep is why this offense can grow stagnant at times.
Chicago leading by 3. And Levine, here we go. And the shot goes down.
And there you see it right there on display. The quick feet, the long strides of Levine helps him in a lot of ways.
Mack with the ball. Now defended by Grant. Mack dishes to Gordon. He feeds it to Simmons. Outside Gordon. Passes it to Mack. Takes a 3. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Their last encounter was in Orlando, where they were able to handle the Magic.
A huge margin of victory for them when these two teams squared off last, and they got scoring from up and down their lineup.
Yeah, the reserves, the guys coming off the bench, Greg, made their presence felt. And, of course, with their big lead, they were able to give the bench a lot of run.
Some changes for Chicago. Lopez, he's checked in for Felicio. Justin Holiday comes in for Denzel Valentine. And it's done in for Jaren Grant. Then for the Magic, Terrence Ross is checked in for Isaac. Evan Fournier comes in for Jonathan Simmons. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Matt. And the Bulls with another miss. For Orlando, they've gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. The score now all even. Fournier's got his first basket.
Yeah, nice vision from the little fella there. Augustine making it easy for his teammates by finding the open man.
Markkanen sets the pick for Holiday. From deep. And Markkanen gets it to go on the assist by Holiday. Markkanen's got 5 now.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
And here's Augustine after the three-pointer from Lauri Markkanen. Now here's Ross. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Pistons in Detroit. And it's Vucevic missing.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And the dunk by Lopez.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says thank you very much and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is. And there was no effort on behalf of the defense. None. I mean, the shooter has to be upset with himself for missing that shot.
And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession. The Magic trail by 5. Augustine passes to Vucevic. The dish to Gordon. Magic moving the ball around. Here's the screen. And Augustine kicks to Ross. A 3-ball. And no good that time. Well, Chicago has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Levine against Gordon. Levine can't hit.
And, you know, even with him struggling, they're still up. But they need him to find his rhythm soon.
Ross dishes to Augustine. Back to Ross. Kicks to Gordon. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Vucevic. Hits the target from 18 feet. Vucevic has got 8 points.
And Vucevic never plays outside of himself. I mean, when he has a clean look at the rim from the mid-range, he knows he's got the green light to shoot it.
Goes back up. And there's the feed to Dunn. Pass to Markkanen. Pass to Dunn. A second chance effort. He takes it up and lays it in. 9 points in the game so far.
And Dunn is spectacular on the drive, seeking contact and getting it. Even more impressive that he makes these shots too.
Gordon kicks to Vucevic. There's the pick. That's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. Fournier sets the pick for Augustine. Pass to Vucevic. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And you look at the post-up bangers who don't block shots at a high level. More and more we're seeing teams relegate them to that 6-man role off the bench. It'll be interesting to see how that affects a guy like Vucevic who fits that description.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. Greg, why is it, do you think, that teams want those more floor-bound, post-up big men like Vucevic coming off the bench?
I think 2 things. First of all, their defensive shortcomings are less exposed playing against other reserves. Also, their ability to create offense on the block has more value with that second unit because that group tends to have their struggles in terms of scoring the basketball.
Clark, a lot of former players at a specific instance when they knew they were special, the way they played the game of basketball. Did you ever have a moment like that where you realized that you could make it as a player?
Yeah, there was a time when that became more realistic to me, Kevin. And I grew up in Cleveland, and during the summers, a lot of the Cleveland Cavaliers would stay in the area and play pickup basketball to stay in shape. And I got a chance to bump heads with a lot of those guys, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow, Austin Carr, Bingo Smith, Mike Mitchell. And I was only 15, 16 years old. And while those guys were going at half speed, it gave me the encouragement that I might be able to get to where they were if I continued to work hard and stay healthy. So at 15 or 16, during one of those summers, I began to realize that I might have a chance to realize the dream of being an NBAer.
And one of the pieces of the Jimmy Butler trade this offseason, Zach LaVine finds himself as a prime building block for a rebuilding team. The Bulls see him as a star of the future.
And rightfully so, even given the fact that he's recovering from the ACL surgery. LaVine is young and can grow his game with the team. Hard to get fair value for a player of Butler's ability, but LaVine is a great place to start.
The Bulls have taken 10 shots from the free throw line up to this point and made 6 of them.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year, but just a tad worse, so not too bad.
Lopez, no good on the free throw. Robin Lopez, a solid big man who can clean up the glass and, Greg, get you some points on the other end.
And Robin Lopez might not have great range now, but, you know, that could change. He says he's working on a three-point shot, and his logic is that since his twin brother Brooke can make threes, it can't be that hard.
The Magic trail by 9. Fournier in the corner. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Fournier's got 5 points so far.
And the quick release of Fournier, man, he's so good at getting his shot off as soon as the pass reaches his hand.
Markkanen passes to Dunn. On the wing, LaVine lets the three fly. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Fournier against Holiday. Picked by Vucevic. And Augustine kicks to Vucevic. Shot clock at 5. Near the three-point line, it's Augustine, and it comes off the front of the rim. In transition, here come the Bulls. Markkanen can't get it to go.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Augustine.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim, unabated in stride.
Dunn dishes to Levine over Ross. And there's Levine on the assist from Dunn. And it's 9 points for Zach Levine.
Well, I liked the first quarter he had. And I'm loving the second quarter even more. Playing with a lot of momentum right now.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Fires the three. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
You know, this quarter has been all him, all about him. They're getting it to him in his spots, and he's taking over.
Augustine passes to Fournier. Shoots. Offensive rebound. That is good. And the Bulls' lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Vucevic.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Lopez a screen. Dunn kicks to Levine. There's the triple. And so we conclude the first half. Bulls lead by 7. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, y'all. Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. Looking at the Bulls, and Shaq, what did you see out there from the Bulls?
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing, Ernie. They were definitely able to rise above it. Even the tough shots. Did you see that one shot? I don't know how they even went down. They can carry this over to the second half. It's going to be hard to beat them, boy. Woo-wee.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about Orlando?
I look at the lack of free throw attempts as a key indicator. Because the funny thing about getting to the charity stripe, you have to earn it. You have to put your body in harm's way and be physically willing to take the hit. Right now, one team's playing aggressively and the other team isn't. That's the big difference in the score.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
And now the third quarter about to get going. You look at Zach Levine, he's really been playing well.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Yeah, and it's been fun to watch, partner, because not only is he shooting a high percentage, a good percentage, he's also carrying the team.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. The Bulls leading by 7. Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So the Bulls 5 right now. Markkanen and Lopez are together down low. Then it's Zach Levine. Then there's Dunn. And it's Holiday in at the 2 spot. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Fournier. Holiday with the block. And that one good. Gordon's got the first basket of the second half here for Orlando. And here is Dunn. Lopez sets a screen for Dunn. Off the pick. And the dunk by Lopez.
Well, you look at how Dunn slices apart the defense with his passing. Phenomenal in the pick and roll.
The Magic trail by 7. Vucevic setting the pick for Augustine. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. The pass to Ross. Inside, Gordon. And it's blocked. Outside, Holiday. He kicks it to Levine. The tray. The shot by Holiday, no good.
And, you know, Kevin, that's what they want, an uncontested look from the perimeter. Sadly, they came up short on that possession.
Here's Fournier. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
I mean, look, no one guarding you. It's better to not pull up and try the lean.
Levine can't hit.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
And the Magic just went through, Clark, the worst 5-year stretch in franchise history.
Yep, and how about the second worst winning percentage in the league? That's where they've been the last half decade. And some failed trades, misses on some draft picks. They've got a really good young coach, though, I think, in Frank Vogel. Had some tough luck in the lottery along the way. At some point, you have to start creating and crafting your own luck, and I think they will. I really do. Frank has proven himself as a good coach. I think it's just a matter of time before the Magic start trending north.
Stolen by Holiday. In transition, here come the Bulls. Levine with the ball, and fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts, and a chance for one more here.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
This is his second attempt at the line tonight. Jonathan Simmons is checked in for Evan Fournier.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good. And certainly while the injury for Zach LaVine and his ACL was devastating, Greg, it's good to see him back on the court, and he seems to be on track to making a full recovery.
And Kevin, still amazing to me to see just how far the medical community has come in terms of treating ACL injuries. LaVine is such an athletic monster. To lose even a little burst would have been huge. Fortunately, though, with modern medicine, it's going to allow this guy to make the most of his potential still.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of blanks there. Can't hit a thing. Has to be deflating.
And Orlando making a change here. Isaac's checked in. This is the 2K leaderboard with a rundown of the NBA's top defenders down low. The league's leaders in rejections this month. 5th, Nikola Vucevic.
And guys, as the month has unfolded, his interior defense has gotten better and better.
Just 5 to shoot. Near the three-point line, it's Augustine. Once again off the mark, Orlando. Here's Levine. The kick out to Holiday. Here's Dunn. He goes up again. Vucevic with the block.
And you know, with Vucevic, as is the case with all shot blockers, it's about timing. And how can you bait that shooter into shooting a shot that you know you can block?
Now here is Augustine. He's got 9. Ross with it. Now defended by Levine. With the floater. No good from Ross.
Excellent concentration from the deep. Intimidated the shooter, bothered him, distracted him, and made him think twice as he went in for that layup.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Good ball movement here by the Magic. And Simmons kicks to Augustine. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
Here's Holiday. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
The Magic trail by 15. And Augustine kicks to Simmons. Dishes it to Vucevic. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. 13 points for Vucevic.
And Vucevic is crafty, clever, close to the bucket.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Well, you know, as the NBA continues to change, Nikola Vucevic is an interesting case study. He's got the skill level for today's game, but the question is, does he have the mobility? He's not that quick of foot, and that's been problematic for him.
Chicago making some changes. Felicio's checked in for Lopez. Denzel Valentine comes in for Justin Holiday, and it's Grant in for Chris Dunn. And the Magic making a change here as well. Shelvin Max checked in for Augustine. Here's Felicio. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Grant the pass to Felicio. Kick out to Levine. Second shot opportunity. Rebounded by Isaac. Isaac's got his third rebound tonight. Feeds it to Mack. Shoots over Grant. Here's Vucevic, and he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
You know, even though he's been on, they still are behind. I mean, there's only so much he can do.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Bulls.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
Yeah, and the other thing that they've done well is they've really attacked the gaps of the defense with quick, decisive drives down the lane.
Shooting one.
And more than ever before, the NBA requires big men to cover a lot of ground. Vucevic looking to keep up.
Yeah, Vucevic, I think, is really a terrific rebounder and passer, and you can see all of his positives. He can score on the block and make the three-point shot. I think it's just a matter of him consistently tying all of that together.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
The Magic trail by 12. Simmons, a screen on Levine. And Mack kicks to Simmons. There's the screen. Pass to Isaac. Rebound by the Bulls. Markkanen's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Grant, right side. He dishes it to Markkanen. Here's Levine. Rebound by the Magic. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Mack dishes to Vucevic, passes it to Ross. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Ross has got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Grant kicks to Levine. Vucevic with the block. Ross with it. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. The Bulls leading by 9. Grant outside. Here's Markkanen. And the shot falls short this time. Magic shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. Ross kicks to Vucevic. He feeds it to Mack. Simmons, a screen on Grant. Here's Mack, and there are the Magic with another bucket.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Chicago calls timeout.
He does not look happy. Their defensive rebounding has been putrid, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
Some changes for Chicago. Portis comes in for Markkanen, and David Nwaba is subbed in for Zach LaVine. Then for the Magic, Spates checked in for Vucevic, and it's a Flalo in for Terrence Ross. Now, here's Grant. He has 7. Pass to Nwaba. And it's sent back by Spates. And here's the fast break. Here's Mack. There's the dish to a Flalo. The second effort. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. How it's been going for the Magic.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
The Bulls leading by 4. Here's Grant. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. And again, unable to change momentum here. Magic shooting 35% or so in the third quarter. Whatever they're trying is not working. And Matt kicks to Simmons. Orlando moving the ball around. Mack with the ball. Now defended by Grant. Clock at 6. There's a good screen. Off the screen. And that one goes long.
That's what they want. A good look from the mid-range game. Hey, but unfortunately they came up empty.
Jacks up a 3. The shot by Valentine. No good. And the Magic with possession. They've got a 13-2 run going. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Orlando making some changes. Gordon comes in for Isaac, and Fournier subbed in for Simmons. Grant down low. He's covered by Mack. No good with the triple. The Magic trail by 4. Here's a Flalo. The Magic again can't hit.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Yeah, excellent extension on the block. Superb timing as well to swat that one away.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Offensive rebound. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And in a relatively short time, Fournier has really increased his role in the league. I mean, he's a player you have to guard and keep an eye on at all times.
This is his first free throw of the game.
In examining his numbers this season, we can see that he's been an exceptional free throw shooter, right around 85.
And guys, that's an increase in his free throw percentage from last year. Maybe not a large one, but it is a little bit higher, so you've got to like that progress.
Here's Felicio. Now the pass to Nwaba. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And he's got his first free throw of the game. And he can't get the first one.
You know, it's been a bad day for them at the line today as a whole, and far too often that's the case for this team.
He hits the second from the line. On offense, here are the Magic. They're on a 15-3 run. And Mack kicks to Gordon. Looking to get it going. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And Aaron Gordon, the athletic Aaron Gordon, playing much of last season at the small forward position during Serge Ibaka's short-lived stint in Orlando.
Yeah, and while he was excited to stretch his skill set, pretty clear it was a bad fit, especially in today's NBA. Gordon is a power forward, period. The Magic invested the 4th pick on him in that 14 draft, and they have to give him minutes at his natural position as his game continues to evolve.
And Aaron Gordon, a natural power forward, but he was asked to play at small forward last season alongside Serge Ibaka.
And Gordon was willing to try it, Kevin, to his credit, looking to expand his skill set. He's not a shooter right now, and however, with his leaping ability, I think it makes sense to perhaps keep him close to the rim.
Here's Valentine. Fournier pulls it down. The Magic trail by 3. And Evan Fournier out of France. His father was a judo champion.
And you know, Fournier is conscious of European players' reputation for being more finesse, soft, if you will. And I think he's done a nice job being aggressive and getting himself to the free throw line by playing a more physical game. I think at 6'7", he wants to dispel that reputation as being a finesse guy.
The Magic making a switch here. Augustine's checked in.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. generally you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
So it's Chicago now. Their next game is at Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, taking on the Cavaliers. It's game one of a 3-game road trip. Felicio, it's hauled in by the Magic. Spades has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Now here's Fournier. He's tightly guarded. Now Spades, lock at 6. Spades sets a screen for Fournier. That ties it up. Fournier's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, that's why you've got to stay right on the hip of Fournier. I mean, if he gets any kind of room off a screen, he's rising up right away.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Jaren Grant. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Magic have gone 9 of 13 from the line. So for the Bulls, Robin Lopez is checked in for Felicio. Justin Holiday comes in for Denzel Valentine. And it's Dunn in for Jaren Grant. Now here's Dunn. He's got 11. Outside Holiday. We've got 22 seconds left in the third. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. There's the call. It's a foul in Orlando. This is his first free throw of the game.
Yeah, it's good to see him with his free throw percentage up over 80.
You know, guys, that's not quite the same success rate he had at the line last year, although it is somewhat in the neighborhood of last year's numbers.
Both free throws good from Holiday.
Well, I tell you what, like how cool and collected he was getting the job done at the line in this one.
Now here is Augustine. 9 points in the game so far. Gordon a screen. From deep. Off on that one. And we wrap up the third and looking to be an exciting fourth quarter from the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. Now let's listen in to Frank Vogel's huddle.
Play for each other, creators and receivers. Okay, share the ball. Here we go.
On everyone on the same page offensively, Frank Vogel saying to each man, do it for your teammates.
And, you know, I love the fact that he's promoting the spirit, the camaraderie between his guys. And when they're working together, they are a lot harder to stop.
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. Augustine and Fournier are in the backcourt. Aaron Gordon out there with Maurice Speights, and it's Afflalo in at the small forward position. Dunn shot's good.
That is just grown man, big boy work from Dunn inside. Incredible athleticism really aids him in getting these types of shots.
Now here's Fournier. Gordon a screen. And Afflalo wide open. He shoots. Misses the three.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Holiday, the pass to Dunn. Here's Portis. Outside Holiday. Kicks it to Lopez. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. And it's Mwaba missing. Magic shooting poorly, just 35% so far. Fournier against Holiday. Now here's Afflalo. Tight defense on him. Gordon a screen. And stolen by Dunn. One-on-one fast break. Shoots from the right block. Here's Lopez. Second chance shot. Over to the wing. Mwaba kicks to Dunn. And the three ball is good. Dunn's got 5 points now this quarter.
They didn't get a chance to knock one down in the first, but the defense left him a look, and he nailed it. He'll make them pay when he's open.
Gordon a screen. And Augustine kicks to Spates. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Chicago leading by 3. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Nwaba gets the bucket.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Now here is Augustine to halt the run. Good D by Lopez. Pass to Portis. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Holiday with the 3. Offensive rebound. Lopez passes to Nwaba. Another shot. And another shot. No luck. They battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. The Magic trail by 5. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Spates sets a screen. Here's Augustine. The Magic need to get a shot off here. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Zach LaVine's checked in for Chicago. Vucevic checked in for Orlando. Terrence Ross comes in for Aaron Aflalo. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Dunn dishes to Lopez. Outside Holiday. Yep, that one goes. And the Bulls lead by 7.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wimp.
I could not say it any better, showing you some real focus, taking it inside against the bigger man.
Another miss by Orlando.
That's unacceptable shot selection there, Kevin. I mean, why on earth did he think that was a good look?
Not his best game, but there's...
You know, Terrence Ross is a former dunk contest champion. Ross has major levitation time.
Special thanks to Under Armour for that sweet replay we just saw. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Lopez a screen. Here's Levine. It's blocked.
Great play by Ross. I mean, using that bouncing ability at the defensive end, love it.
It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. There's Levine, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. TJ Augustine picks one up.
2.
Two shots.
Free throw good, Levine.
In the NBA draft a few years ago, some people said Levine was a reach at the 13th pick. Now he looks like a value get.
Chicago making a switch here. Markkanen's checked in. And so Levine nails both of them. The Magic trail by 7. And here's Augustine. Gordon with the screen for Augustine. Now here's Gordon. He's covered closely. Markkanen pulls it in.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Now here's Dunn. Running by Augustine. Levine can't hit.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first. Levine
against Ross. Unable to get that one. So the Bulls will take it the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Lopez, a screen on Augustine. Dunn kicks to Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
That's just too easy. I mean, you can't let him post you like that.
Yeah, where's your fight? You got to show more fight than that.
The Magic trail by 9.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Fournier gets a wide open look. But they get it back.
There's another opportunity, and everything's going right for these guys.
Gordon, the pass to Ross. Back to Gordon. And it's sent back by Lopez. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. Gordon with the screen for Augustine. Lets a floater go. Here's Vucevic. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Well, I like the edge I'm seeing from Vucevic now. I mean, just commanding the ball in his spots and going to work on the defense.
Markkanen sets the pick for Holiday. They set the screen. Here's Dunn. That counts. He's put up 13 shots, and he's had 8 of those go in.
He is in the zone. There's a reason he keeps getting the ball. They're feeding him because they trust him to lead their team.
Gordon a screen, and Vucevic kicks to Gordon. The feed to Augustine. Over Dunn. That is good. And the Bulls' lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Augustine.
And I think this is an area where Augustine is deadly. A high percentage mid-range shooter.
Lopez a screen. For 3, Levine. Rebound by the Magic. Vucevic has got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. Here's Gordon, and he uses the glass on the layup. Now just a 5-point Chicago lead.
Nice seeing Gordon get it done over some pretty tight, stingy defense there, showing just how confident he is in the post.
Dunn dishes to Markkanen. Kept alive. Lopez kicks to Markkanen. Levine wide open. And another shot, and it's blocked by Gordon.
At the defensive end, Gordon is very accomplished. I mean, he gets off the ground quickly and is an excellent shot blocker as a result.
Augustine with it. He kicks to Vucevic. 5 on the clock. Dishes it to Fournier. From downtown. A second chance effort. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down to just 3 on the basket from Vucevic.
Yeah, no question who's been the aggressor on the offensive glass.
Yeah, they have the advantage. A big one in second chance points. Those extra possessions really help an offense, and it demoralizes the defense.
Here's Lopez. The kick out to Holiday. Good on the 3-point shot. Holiday's got 9 points now in just the second half.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Augustine passes to Vucevic. Gordon with a screen on Lopez. Gordon kicks to Augustine. Gordon a screen. Augustine dishes to Vucevic. Over Lopez. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got 11 rebounds in the game. Holiday, the pass to Levine.
Slick move that time by Levine. Does a nice job selling the foul, and he's an excellent free throw shooter.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
The first one falls. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
Boy, you have to like how he's challenging the defense now in the second half. getting to the line for a lot of free throw opportunities.
And Augustine kicks to Gordon. There's the pick. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. They get the rebound. That is good. And the Bulls' lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Augustine.
Hey, and when you're small of stature, you have to be a fearless competitor. And Augustine is all of that. Ready to take any shot. Doesn't matter what point of the game it's at. He's ready to step up.
Levine, good.
And they're just living beyond the arc here, really the entire fourth quarter.
And, you know, this is the time to do it. Sinking triple after triple. And it ends up becoming contagious.
Here's Vucevic. Good D by Lopez. The Bulls leading by 8. Dunn kicks to Markkanen. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
Impressive awareness from Markkanen. I mean, down on the block there, really good job of using his height to get his shots off.
Gordon kicks to Fournier. Here's Vucevic. Another miss by Vucevic. The Bulls shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Feeds to Holiday. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got rebound number 13 with that last one. And it's out of bounds to the Magic as Orlando will retain possession.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Yeah, refusing to give up anything easy. Solid defense, and I like that attitude.
And Vucevic kicks to Gordon. Knocked loose and stolen by Dunn. Markkanen dishes to Dunn. Lopez a screen. Dunn passes to Lopez. Can't cash in from close range.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
You know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Baseline try. Fournier's shot is off. Levine against Ross. And there's Levine on the assist from Dunn.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Big time. I mean, it's amazing. Their crowd letting them hear it. And that's always inspiring. They want to see this thing get wrapped up.
And Fournier kicks to Vucevic. Holiday against Fournier. 6 to shoot. Shot to stop the drought. They get it again.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, as a former outstanding rebounder myself, I can certainly appreciate what this guy is doing. An extraordinary combination of talent and desire is what allows him to do what he's done today. Great performance.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.